All right, welcome back. You're watching Markets at Lunch. Let's focus in on Emami, which delivered its Q3 numbers. Not the best yet, especially given the fact that the volume growth number, which is a key monitorable, came in just at a meager 3%. So let's bring on board then the management to explain what exactly went by in the third quarter. And of course, more importantly, the stake sale plans as well. They did mention that perhaps they're looking to sell a part of their stake to a PE player, given the fact that the pledge of the promoters is only increasing. So Naresh Bhansali, the CEO of Finance, Strategy and Business Development and the CFO of the company, joins us now. Mr. Bhansali, I'm going to start off first with the volume growth number. It's been slow. And yes, while you mentioned that the delayed winter is a factor on, that could be blamed for the slower growth, your closest peers in the same or similar category seem to be still doing okay. So what went wrong with Emami?
See, it depends on the categories where we are present. So, this quarter was dominated by the winter products kind Boro Plus and other winter care products. And so, even when it was delayed and when it came, it lasted a little longer at the last. But the winter was not that kind of a dry winter, which can give you that kind of a need. So, but now we feel that overall other products have done so good, and now we feel that the growth is expected to come in the times to come.
Talk to us about how the winter portfolio is looking now, and January had seen a drop in temperatures across the northern part of the country. Can we expect a better Q4 given the kind of change in climate that has happened?
Yeah, it is doing good. Winter is doing good, but has an impact that it is delaying the summer.
Okay, most importantly, I want to talk about that release that you gave about selling a stake, to a private equity player. So how much would you be looking at selling essentially? And also if you could talk to us about the pledge on promoter shareholding, etc.
See, Emami does not have any substantial debt on its books, though the borrowing, the pledge, what you are talking about is a pledge of promoters holding Emami shares. In fact, it used to remain at around 30-32% of the promoters holding. But because of the corrections which has happened in the last few months, it has increased by around 30% plus, 30 to 40%. The pledge has increased to that extent. But there is nothing to worry, as the investments which has been made through this pledge of shares by promoters holding, they have been made in very safe assets, kind of cement, for which we had also filed our DRHP for public issue. So we feel that it is a temporary phenomenon, and with the liquidity which is expected to flowing from the sale of non-core assets, and also because of the IPO and other steps which we are taking, this would come substantially low.
Okay, point taken. Moving on, what's the average rise that you've witnessed in your raw materials that may have caused your gross margins to also compress? What has been the trend like?
See, few key materials, kind of menthol and other products, agri products, there the increase had been ranging from 15% to 40%. In camphor kind of a product, it was even at 80%. So all this, and that was a spurt, and now it is. We expect this to remain benign, or it may reduce. So we expect going forward, the COGS ratio has to improve from here. This quarter was dominated by higher prices of raw material, and so the COGS has increased by around 400 basis points.
All right. Rural is a big area for Emami, so I can't, of course, not ask you about the big dole-outs by the union budget in 2019. What can we expect then? And what are you expecting in terms of an impetus for rural demand post the massive dole-outs for rural?
Yeah, very much. We feel that this will be a very good boost to the rural, and it will leave good amount of money in the hands of the rural consumers, and as well as in the urban consumers also. And so overall, this should help increase the consumer spendings.
Okay, Mr. Bhansali, thanks much for coming on board to help us understand what the trend has been like and what we can expect going forward as well.